and welcome back to Sustainability Ventures, the channel where we examine sustainability claims through evidence, not marketing. Today's word sounds harmless, even hopeful: biodegradable. It's printed on cups, bags, packaging, and products everywhere, and it sends a comforting message. This will break down naturally. This won't harm the planet. This waste will disappear. But here's the uncomfortable truth. What if many biodegradable products don't actually biodegrade? At least not in the real world where they end up. Because when you follow these products beyond the label, into landfills, oceans, recycling systems, and soil, the story changes completely. Today, we're uncovering how biodegradable claims often mislead consumers and why decomposition is far more complicated than brands want you to believe. Plastic pollution became impossible to ignore. Governments began banning single-use plastics. Consumers demanded alternatives. Brands needed a solution, fast. And biodegradable became the perfect word. It sounds scientific, it sounds natural, it sounds responsible. Unlike recyclable, it doesn't require action from the consumer. Unlike reusable, it doesn't ask you to change behavior. It quietly promises, don't worry, nature will handle it. But here's the catch. Biodegradable does not mean quickly, safely, completely, or in any environment. And that difference matters. Most people assume biodegradable means this breaks down naturally anywhere, but legally, the word is far more flexible. In many regions, a product can be labeled biodegradable if it breaks down, eventually, under specific laboratory conditions over an undefined time frame. There is often no requirement that it biodegrades in landfills, oceans, soil, or home compost. Some materials technically biodegrade, but only after decades. At that point, the environmental damage has already been done. Here's a fact rarely discussed. Most biodegradable products end up in landfills. And landfills are not natural environments. They are oxygen-poor, compressed, cold or dry, and designed to prevent decomposition. In these conditions, even food waste barely breaks down. So what happens to biodegradable plastics or packaging? They often stay intact for years, fragment into microplastics, and release methane when they do decompose. A biodegradable product in a landfill is not a solution. It's just delayed pollution. Another dangerous assumption: that biodegradable products are safe for oceans. They're not. Most biodegradable materials are designed to decompose under controlled heat, controlled moisture, and specific microbes. The ocean provides none of that. Cold temperatures and salt water dramatically slow decomposition. So instead of disappearing, many products break into fragments, mimic food for marine life, and enter the food chain. The label didn't lie, but the implication did. Here's the part printed in small text, if at all. Many biodegradable products require industrial composting. That means temperatures above 55 degrees Celsius, controlled humidity, specific bacteria, and weeks of processing. Now ask yourself, how many cities actually have access to industrial composting? And how often do biodegradable products actually reach those facilities? Most don't. They end up in regular trash, recycling systems where they contaminate streams, and landfills. A product that only biodegrades under rare conditions is not biodegradable in practice. Biodegradable plastics introduce another problem: recycling contamination. They often look identical to conventional plastics, but they behave differently during processing. When biodegradable materials mix with recyclable plastics, entire batches can be rejected, recycling quality drops, and more material is sent to landfill. So ironically, a product marketed as eco-friendly can reduce actual recycling efficiency. This is sustainability solving one problem by creating another. So here's the takeaway. Most biodegradable claims are not outright lies, but they are deeply incomplete. They tell you what might happen in theory, not what happens in the real world. If we want genuine sustainability, we need to ask better questions. Where does this go? Under what conditions does it break down? And what happens if those conditions aren't met? If this video helped you rethink biodegradable products, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who buys eco-packaging. Because real sustainability doesn't start with labels, it starts with understanding systems. See you in the next video.